Hey guys, how you guys doing? I just want to do some bed rant. So the moderator's got $60,000 put into the studio I'm going to be recording in soon, and that's cool. It's got soundproofing and all kinds of cool features. He's told me to talk about it, but I really don't. I can really hard to talk about something I haven't actually visually, physically seen. I just heard him talk about it, so better if I actually have experienced it, and then I can say from my own experience what it's like. It's hard for me to just extrapolate to say what it is like when I don't know any more than you do, except what the matter has told me. But it's cool. I'm looking forward to it. He wanted me to wanted me or wants me to do this little thing where I go in the room and I play for 10 minutes, whittle it down to 3 minutes, and play just from my heart, just play emotionally. I tried that. I called it um, uh, 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 id of the moment, and then I said, Jimmy puts the id to the pick. That's a phrase the matter thought of, id to the pick. But I think if I force emotions too much, I just come off synthetic. I have to be me first. If I feel emotional, that's great. And I can put that into the music. But first of all, emotions aren't everything. Second of all, I may not be the most emotional person on the planet. And third of all, um, I have to be me too. I have to do what I feel. I can't just say, well, now I'm going to feel emotional now. Um, it makes me even get lost. I don't even know what I'm doing at some points. And if I just do me, and if the emotions come, they come. If they don't, they don't. At least I'm doing me. Um, there's always a dude better than me that can just feel one note forever and just have ultimate passion in that one note. And isn't that great? Maybe that's what the matter is after. But I have to be me too. I can't force such emotion, and I can't. If I try to be something I'm not, then then I feel like I'm not even. I lose myself in the process. So rather than hammer, I'm not saying he's doing that, but rather than hammer it into me to be emotional, maybe what I'm going to try, because I do have control over my process. Matter makes suggestions, but I control what I actually do. Maybe I'll just keep myself open to that, but not force it, not make it seem like a command. Be emotional, Jimmy. I mean, sometimes maybe I'm not the most emotional guy. Maybe I'm just not, and I can't express what I don't have. And but I am me, and I can do me at all times. And I think that rather than command what kind of me he wants out of me, maybe just suggesting I work on this issue, but still be me and support me along the way would be better, or is better, than dangling a carrot out here and saying, Jimmy, if you be emotional, then I approve of you. I don't. That's actually worse than just, hey, I approve of you right now. Do your thing. You know. So I note his point, but I'm not gonna force it. I'm not gonna, I'm just gonna be me and add that to my to what I've add that to my thought bank, but not I can't be somebody's puppy. I can't just do what someone says but then they get the credit because they made me do it, or they're responsible because they told me to. It can't be like that either. It has to be something I choose. And if I choose to play emotionally, if I choose to link an emotion to something, then I can do that. But it has to be it has to be auto generated. It can't be on command or worse, on demand. It has to be just something that I come up with on my own. And yeah, I'm glad he made it the point, though. I said point noted. But I just have to keep doing my process. I can't radically alter who I am because someone told me to go in this direction or that direction. I'm pretty sure the moderator wants to record with me more than like I'm the main reason that studio got built. And I'm doing my best, but I just can't do everything at all times for everybody. And if that means emotionally jumping through a bunch of hoops, then I can do that. It's easier said than done. And I can't, I have to be me too. And they have to be my emotions. They can't be false emotions, or they can't be generated by someone else, or artificial. I have to really feel the emotion, and if I'm not feeling that, then I can still do me and do what I feel or what I want. It doesn't have to be like, oh well, I'm disappointing somebody because I'm not being emotional. That leads me to a worse place. That leads me to, well, then what do I do? And how am I doing this to please somebody else, which is worse than just doing me and letting the results be what they may. So I'm admitting something. Maybe I'm not the most emotional player. Maybe I don't bleed my heart into every single little note, but I'm me and I do me, and I have to be happy. And I'm happy with that. And that's a good thing. At the end of the day, I'm happy with what I do, whether the matter is happy with me or not. He doesn't control me. He's not my master. I still like what I do. And what I do may not be as emotional as the guy down the street or whatever, but it's me. And who's to say that maybe I'm different? Maybe I don't have regular emotions. Maybe I don't have as much emotions as maybe even most people, or definitely some people. I'm okay with that. Maybe I'm not Mr. Bleeding Heart, but I have my qualities. I have my own unique thoughts, analysis, brain, analytical abilities, technical abilities on the guitar. And if those are important to me, then they're going to be important to me. And trying to artificially divorce myself from that is not going to help things, I don't think. I have technique. I like to show my technique. And if it comes out emotionally, I'm glad. If it doesn't, well, I still showed my technique, which is part of my guitar playing. It's part of what I have, and it's part of what makes guitar a great instrument. Guitar can't be technique less, or anybody would just say, I'm a guitar player. I can't play, but I'm a guitar player because I say I play, and I put my hand on this guitar, so I must be a guitar player because I say so. No, it takes skill. Matter talks about 6,000 hours. It's actually 10,000, but whatever. I'm not an expert. I'm not going to argue that it takes to master something. Malcolm Gladwell wrote a book called Outliers, where he said it's 10,000 hours to master something. Matter always says 6,000, whatever. I've done that and more on guitar playing. I have a bragging rights to that I'm a technical guitar player. But he sort of says maybe I should divorce myself from that and just play emotionally. But then again, that may not be me. It may not be where I'm at. I may not even have such emotions at the time, and it also is kind of regressing a little bit. And I don't know. Yeah. If it happens, it happens. If I'm emotional in a certain moment, that's great. But I have to have emotions to feel, and I have to want to express that musically. And if it's not natural, it's just not going to work. Especially because it's kind of like he's saying, if you do this, I'll be happy with you. Well, that doesn't always work for me, because then I try it, fail, and then I resent the person for even suggesting that I needed to please them, and why do I have to please them? And then I just kind of go the other direction. If the matter wants to work with me, which I think he does, let's just start with what I do, instead of a golden carrot in front of me saying, well, if I just show emotion, whatever that is, then it'll be greater than ever. I have to do me first. And maybe he's saying, if you just had my emotions and I had your technique, or vice versa, if we had my emotions and your technique, wouldn't that be great? But he doesn't have my technique, I do. And I can't be his emotions. I can, and my emotions are, I have to be true to my emotions if I have any. And if they're there, great. But I can't step into someone else's identity and go, well, if I were the moderator, what would I play? Those are his emotions. I may not think like him. I don't think like him. There's a lot of, I don't think like, he's got a lot of way different life than me. And I just have to do me, So anyway, that was enough. I ranted about that, but we're going to get a cool studio. at the end of the day, the Matter a lot. Matter and I work good together, though. We work good together, and if I'm actually working with him, I can give him a lot more rent in my space in my mind, because right now it's, they say don't let anyone live in your mind rent free. I'm not working with him right now, so there's a disconnect there. I don't have a context for what he suggests, because he's just suggesting it from the air. I'm not really there recording with him. So it's like, I don't know, just let me be me while we're not doing anything. Just let me be me, and worry, I'm not even recording with the dude. So right now, just let me be me, let me do me. So that's I don't know, that's where I'm at. Anything else while I'm ranting here? Let's see, what else? What was I thinking? Gosh, I'm not sure what I was thinking. I do have a trilogy planned. Yes, let me think of what it is. Trilogy. Yes, I know what it is. It's gonna be cool. I think I'm gonna work on it tonight, or it's actually the morning now. So did I have another thought? Did I have another thought about anything? Let me think here. I don't know. I'm just I don't know. Yeah, I'm actually I've made a lot of breakthroughs in my technical guitar playing. I'm really happy about it, and I'm having fun with it, when I got my eyes checked, they dilated both my eyes, and of course, because I have to see through both, look at both of them, and I think that might have it might have opened another side of my brain a little more, that was kind of closed more, because I was always meditating on my left eye, which is right brain, because it crisscrosses. And the right brain is like melody and creativity in music, and that's the left eye. But when you meditate on the right eye, that's the left brain, which is rhythm and words. And I think when they dilated my right eye and my left eye, but my right eye got dilated, which I think opened up my left brain more than it was before. And that is what gave me that kick of rhythm that I have now. It stimulated my left brain, which is the rhythmic side of the brain, by dilating my right eye. And I'm more balanced, but it's more disorientating kind of too, because it's like I was always meditating on my left eye, which is my right brain. Now it's both, and I'm kind of like juggling it all. But it's cool. I like it. It gave me the rhythm I can do that I didn't have before that, really. I was struggling with rhythm. And anyway, I love you guys. Peace, love, and rock and roll.